Beloved child, I am speaking to you in this moment with urgency in my voice, as if heaven is leaning close to your situation right now. You have been wondering why certain emotions feel heavier than usual, why certain names keep appearing in your thoughts, and why your heart feels pulled between confusion and clarity. Listen carefully, because this is not ordinary timing for you. There is a spiritual stirring around your connection life, and what you are about to understand will bring both clarity and responsibility. I see the questions you have not spoken out loud, and I know the longing you have tried to suppress. You are not unseen. You are not forgotten. But you must also not ignore discernment in this season, because not every attention toward you is rooted in truth, and not every emotional pull is aligned with your destiny. Some people are drawn to your light, not your purpose, and this is where you must be alert and wise in your choices moving forward. There are individuals who have been watching your presence closely, not always with pure intention, and you have felt it in subtle ways. You may have sensed sudden interest from someone who previously ignored you, or emotional inconsistencies from someone who speaks of closeness but behaves with distance. I want you to understand this clearly: not every desire toward you is love, and not every emotional pursuit is alignment. There is a difference between being chosen and being consumed. I am calling you to awaken your discernment so you do not mistake intensity for sincerity. The path ahead requires you to slow down your emotional reactions and observe patterns instead of words. Many will speak beautifully, but only a few will demonstrate consistency. Your peace must become your measuring tool, not their promises. When confusion enters repeatedly, that is also information. Do not silence what your spirit is trying to reveal. Some of what you are experiencing is not random. There are spiritual influences of timing, connection shifts, and emotional testing happening around you. You are being shown who is emotionally stable enough for your future and who only desires temporary access to your heart. I am not saying this to create fear, but to sharpen your awareness. There is a hidden truth unfolding. Someone may want access to your life not because they are aligned with your destiny, but because they are drawn to your presence, your energy, your kindness, and your stability. But you must ask yourself deeper questions. Do they respect your boundaries? Do they honor your silence? Do they remain consistent when attention is not immediate? If the answer is unclear, do not rush. Delay is not loss, sometimes delay is protection. This is your moment to become emotionally grounded and spiritually aware. You are entering a season where clarity will protect you more than affection will comfort you. I see that you have been trying to make sense of mixed signals, but mixed signals are not a mystery to solve, they are a message to step back and observe. You are being guided to choose stability over emotional chaos. Do not allow loneliness to make decisions for you. Do not allow curiosity to override wisdom. Someone may appear as if they are meant for you, but time will always reveal intention. And what is hidden will eventually become visible. Stay patient and observant, because what is truly aligned will not require confusion to sustain itself. Dear one, before we dive in, I need to share something extraordinary that most people don't know. Groundbreaking research shows that many of us who didn't grow up wealthy have a shrunken hippocampus, a tiny part of the brain that blocks the activation of what some scientists call the billionaire brain wave. This means attracting the life, love, or wealth you've always dreamed of can feel almost impossible, until now. Thanks to a recently uncovered method backed by research, it's possible to stimulate this part of your brain in just 7 minutes each morning using a simple sound frequency. People who've tried it report subtle shifts in mindset, clarity, and even opportunities flowing into their lives more easily. Click the link in the description or pinned comment to explore this 7-second ritual. It could be the key to activating your billionaire brain wave and opening doors you never thought possible. If you are receiving this message, comment 1111 alignment below to affirm clarity and awareness. Like, share, and subscribe so this message reaches those who need spiritual direction in their emotional journey. There is also something you must be cautious about: emotional projection. Some people will project their desires onto you and call it destiny. They will speak as if they are certain about you without ever truly understanding you. This is where you must remain firm. You are not responsible for fulfilling someone's fantasy of you. You are responsible for protecting your peace and your future. If someone is truly aligned with you, they will not rush your spirit, they will not pressure your emotions, and they will not create confusion disguised as passion. You will feel calm, not chaotic. You will feel clarity, not anxiety. Let this be your standard moving forward. Do not ignore the subtle discomforts you feel in certain connections. Discomfort is not always rejection, sometimes it is protection speaking softly. If something feels off repeatedly, do not spiritualize it into acceptance. Instead, pause and observe. Many have missed their own protection because they overvalued potential over reality. You are being asked to see people as they are, not as you hope they could become. This shift will save you from emotional cycles that drain your energy and delay your peace. There is wisdom in stepping back when your spirit feels unsettled, even if your emotions resist it. I want you to understand that love aligned with your destiny will not create confusion as its foundation. It will not leave you questioning your worth, your place, or your emotional safety. You will not have to decode constant inconsistency. Instead, there will be peace in communication, clarity in intention, and stability in action. Anything less than this is not your final alignment. You are not meant to live in uncertainty. You are meant to experience clarity that strengthens your heart, not weakens it. Comment 2222 clarity if you choose emotional peace over confusion. Like, share, and subscribe for more messages that guide your spiritual awareness and emotional strength. You are also being reminded to guard your heart without hardening it. There is a difference between wisdom and emotional closure. Wisdom protects, but closure shuts everything out. You are not being called to shut down love, but to refine your understanding of it. You are being shaped to recognize alignment without hesitation and to release what does not sustain your peace. In this season, emotional discipline will be your greatest strength. Not every connection deserves continued access to your energy. Some connections are only meant to teach, not to stay. There may be moments when you feel pulled back into old emotional patterns, but you must rise above them. You are evolving beyond cycles that once confused you. What once felt acceptable will no longer feel aligned. This is growth, not rejection. Trust the discomfort that comes with transformation, because it is guiding you towards something more stable and more peaceful. You are not losing love, you are gaining discernment. And discernment will always protect you from repeating what broke your peace before. Stay grounded in truth, not emotion alone. The heart can desire many things, but wisdom chooses what sustains. You are being guided into emotional maturity where you no longer chase clarity from others, but you recognize it through their actions. This shift will redefine how you experience relationships. You will no longer be easily confused by words without alignment. You will seek consistency, and you will value peace over intensity. If this resonates with you, comment 1111 Peace Restored below. Like, share, and subscribe so this message can reach others seeking emotional direction and spiritual grounding. There is a deeper alignment forming in your life, but it requires patience. What is meant for you will not require you to compromise your peace or question your worth. It will not pull you into cycles of uncertainty. Instead, it will bring stability that feels natural, not forced. Do not settle for emotional situations that drain your clarity. You are being prepared for something more balanced, more grounded, and more aligned with your growth. Be aware of those who come into your life during vulnerable moments. Vulnerability is not weakness, but it requires protection. Not everyone who enters during emotional openness is meant to stay. Some are only passing through your season to reveal lessons about boundaries, discernment, and emotional value. You are learning to recognize patterns faster now, and this awareness will protect your future. I want you to walk forward with confidence, not confusion. Let your inner peace become your confirmation. If something disrupts your peace consistently, it is not aligned with your purpose. You are being elevated into emotional clarity where you no longer negotiate your standards for temporary connection. Stand firm in what brings you stability. Comment 2222 Destiny Love if you choose alignment over confusion. Like, share, and subscribe to continue receiving messages of clarity, awareness, and emotional guidance. I am still speaking to you, and I want you to receive this with a steady heart, because what is unfolding around your life is not random delay but carefully timed alignment. I see the heaviness you have been carrying, the silent nights where you questioned whether change would ever come, and the moments where you felt like nothing was shifting despite all your prayers, efforts, and tears. But hear this clearly: what looks like stillness is not absence of movement. It is preparation. Behind what you cannot see, things are being arranged, realigned, and positioned for a breakthrough that will not depend on human timing but on perfect alignment. You are closer than you think, even if your emotions are telling you otherwise. There has been pain you did not openly express. Pain that you tried to manage quietly, pain that shaped your expectations, and pain that made you question your own strength. But I want you to understand something deeply: pain has not destroyed you, it has refined you. The version of you standing here now is not the same person who first walked into those difficult seasons. You have become more aware, more discerning, and more careful with your heart. That transformation did not come without struggle, but it is proof that you survived what once felt overwhelming. You are still here, still standing, still growing, and that alone is evidence of strength you once doubted you had. Healing is not always instant, and it does not always look dramatic. Sometimes healing is quiet. It is the moment you no longer react the way you used to. It is when something that once broke you now only makes you pause instead of collapse. It is when your heart slowly learns to trust peace again without fear of loss. You are in that process now, even if you do not fully recognize it. Do not rush your healing. Do not compare your journey to others. What is being restored in you is deep, and deep restoration takes time. Let yourself grow without pressure, and allow your spirit to breathe again without guilt or fear. If you feel this message speaking to your situation, comment 33:33 Healing Flow below. Like, share, and subscribe so this message reaches others who are also in their healing and restoration process. There is a breakthrough forming that is tied to your persistence, not your perfection. You do not need to be flawless for things to shift in your life. You only need to remain aligned with patience and awareness. What has been delayed is not denied. In fact, some delays have protected you from situations you were not yet ready to handle. The breakthrough you are approaching will feel like a turning point, where things that once felt blocked begin to open with surprising ease. But you must be ready to recognize it when it comes, because breakthroughs often arrive quietly before they become obvious. Stay attentive to small shifts, new opportunities, and unexpected clarity in areas that once felt stagnant. There are also unseen emotional battles you have been fighting internally. Moments where you questioned your worth, your timing, or your direction. But I want you to know that these battles have been shaping your emotional resilience. You are learning to no longer let temporary emotions define your identity. You are learning to pause before reacting, to observe before concluding, and to trust yourself more deeply than external noise. This is growth. This is maturity forming within you. Do not underestimate how much stronger you are becoming in ways that are not immediately visible. Restoration is also entering your connections. Not every relationship will return, and not every return is meant for permanence. But what is aligned will come back with clarity, not confusion. Conversations will become honest, intentions will become visible, and emotional weight will begin to lift where misunderstandings once existed. You are being guided to recognize who brings peace and who only brings uncertainty. Do not force reconnection where alignment no longer exists. Instead, allow clarity to decide what stays and what goes. This will bring emotional freedom you have long been needing. Comment 44 to 44 Restoration Path if you are ready for clarity in your relationships and emotional peace. Like, share, and subscribe for more guidance messages on healing, breakthrough, and alignment. There is also a shift forming in your practical life, in areas where you have been putting in effort without visible results. I see your persistence. I see your consistency. And I also see the moments where you almost gave up, but didn't. That endurance is not unnoticed. You are stepping into a phase where effort begins to meet opportunity. Things that once required struggle will begin to require strategy instead. You will notice doors opening that previously stayed closed, not because you forced them, but because timing finally aligned with your preparation. Stay ready, because progress may come faster than expected once it begins to move. But even in this shift, patience will still be required. Do not rush the process once it starts. Some people lose what they prayed for because they cannot handle the speed of change after delay. You are being taught balance, to appreciate movement without anxiety, and to receive growth without losing grounding. Not everything will arrive at once, but what arrives will be meaningful and purposeful. There is a deeper invitation being extended to you right now. Surrender control of outcomes while maintaining faith in direction. You do not need to force every detail of your future into certainty. Instead, you are being asked to trust that what is aligned for you will not miss you. Let go of the need to constantly predict everything. Let peace replace overthinking. Let trust replace pressure. This is not about giving up, it is about allowing space for things to unfold without resistance. If you are choosing trust over fear, comment 55:55 I surrender in faith below. Like, share, and subscribe so this message can reach others learning to release control and embrace timing. ****. A new version of you is forming in this process. One that no longer reacts from pain but responds from wisdom. One that no longer chases clarity but recognizes it instantly. One that no longer settles for confusion disguised as connection. You are stepping into emotional maturity that will change how you experience relationships, opportunities, and decisions. You will begin to value consistency more than intensity, peace more than attention, and truth more than illusion. This shift will redefine your entire approach to life. And as this new identity forms, you may notice that some old patterns no longer feel comfortable. That is not loss, that is elevation. What once felt familiar may now feel unnecessary. You are not becoming someone else, you are becoming who you were meant to be without the weight of confusion and emotional distortion. Allow this transformation to happen without resistance. Growth will sometimes feel like letting go, but what you release is making space for what is truly aligned. I want you to move forward with confidence, not hesitation. What is ahead of you is not defined by what you have been through, but by what you are becoming. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are in transition. And transitions, though uncomfortable, are always temporary. What comes after them often carries clarity, peace, and renewed direction. Stay grounded in that truth. Final message. Comment 66:66 New season activated, if you are stepping into clarity, healing, and breakthrough. Like, share, and subscribe to keep receiving messages that guide your spiritual awareness, emotional strength, and personal growth. ****. Amen.